A wandering mystic walks an unseen border, solving the eerie maladies born of nature's most primordial spirits.
What is this mysterious series we're talking about? Episode 64. Hello and welcome to an episode of the Spiraken Manga Review. I'm your host, Seinen, saying konnichiwa, aloha, buongiorno, what's up?
Hi, I'm Gretta.
And hope you're doing well. Hope you're excited for another fun-filled episode of this awesome podcast you can find at www.spiraken.com. We're also at youtube.com/Spiraken, Spotify, Stitcher, various social media sites. Just type in Spiraken. I guarantee you one way or the other. And more importantly than that, if you're watching on YouTube, remember to like, share, subscribe, and as always, click on that bell for notification for when we release new episodes. And hope all of you are doing well. We've had a pretty interesting interesting week. I was at a convention. Yay, conventions. But things happened. We can't talk about that. But anyway, let's actually get to it because I'm excited to talk about this. Because this is actually something a little different. We're actually going to be doing another retro review. And what I mean by retro review, well, all the way back in episode, and I cannot believe this, if we go back, it was all the way back in episode 120 of this podcast, I reviewed a manga that is one of my favorite mangas of all time. And that was over, I think, 10 years ago? No, 15 years ago now?
So it's kind of on par because so many movies are being re-released, updated.
This is the case. It's
Freaky Friday 2.
Yes, but this is not a sequel. This is the original series. And when I spun that wheel of manga, I did not expect this to actually spin, and it spun, which is really cool. But the manga that we're talking about is one which is near and dear to my heart, but more importantly, does this new adaptation last, and does it do as well as the original? Well, let's find out as we speak about Mushishi. This is by Yuki Urushibara, and this is the collector's edition by Kodansha, and it is a big hardcover.
It's really quite beautiful. It's a substantial book. Looks great on a bookshelf.
Also love the fact that actually it is the volume 2 cover on the actual cover, and then the interior is the volume 1 cover.
Which is very cool.
And then at the back is the volume 3 cover. So it's kind of a cool little element to do that. But for those of you who've never listened to that episode or have never heard of this series before, it's kind of cool and different because this is the story of Mushi. And what are Mushi? Well, Mushi are these unique little creatures that, long story short, they are the bridge between plant, animal, creature, and something else. They're close to the source of life. And what do? What do Mushi do?
So they kind of mess with reality. They kind of affect people around them in different ways, or affect the specific people in specific ways.
They're not ghosts. They're not spirits. They're just kind of
They're not yokai, but they're not yokai.
Yeah, maybe some yokai are based on Mushi. And each one does something different. They're not scary, but they're also not nice either. Like, there's some which are malevolent in their nature, and some which are just like...
But some cause problems.
Yeah, like, there's one which it eats sound. And if it infects you, you hear no noise, because it eats all the sound. But then its sibling does the opposite. It eats silence, so all you hear is noise.
Which would be, like, deafening.
Yeah. Another one, which is kind of interesting, is that you have one that literally all it does is it eats darkness. So all you see is light. And then there's other elements too, people who are interacting at this. But you can't have any real story without a main character. And
so who's Mushishi?
Who's the Mushishi, the Mushi Master? Well, that's Ginko. And Ginko is not our main character. He's more a catalyst. People are bothered by Mushishi, and then he shows up to save the day or catalog the problem, because these don't really end up super happy or sad. They just kind of end up very odd. And Ginko is a young man.
They kind of get resolved.
They do, but we don't. The best thing is this series is not in continuity order. It actually goes all over the place. And the artwork depicts each episodic episode of the characters going from point to point and dealing with these situations in these beautiful ways. The first story is about a young man whose right arm is infected by Mushi, where whenever he draws something, it comes to life. And he thinks,
well, whenever he draws something with his right arm, it comes to life.
Yeah, and the left arm is like, I'll be fine. I'll just write these words down as poetry. And he writes the word for tree which originally was a pictogram, and it starts sprouting flowers. And then he writes the word for sun, which is the iconography for sun, it turns into a sun. And he has a interesting melody.
Not quite Harold in the Purple Crown.
No.
Crown. But we're going to hear about that in the comments. But not far from it.
No, not at all. And there's also Mushi that's haunting him who may or may not be related to him because he's all alone in this village. Oh, we forgot to say this doesn't take place in the present or the past. This is some alternate history where there are things like there's cigarette lighters, there's cigarettes, and there's denim jackets, but there's also a lot of old.
There isn't necessarily always electricity.
Yeah, this is a period of time which makes no sense. And I like that a lot of the Mushi, they're kind of the answer to the problem as well. Like when one Mushi's haunting him, he reveals that his cigarette is filled with another Mushi that attaches to Mushi. So it's essentially a net. And it's an interesting medley of problems that happen in this story, and it is one which is visually stunning.
And it's kind of wash, rinse, repeat, where there's
a problem.
There's a Mushi problem, and he's the Mushi fixer, essentially. But it's not like a everyday thing. It's continues to be interesting, challenging.
And since it's out of order, we see Ginko at different ages of time. Like he's an old man, he's young. He's, at this point, he's established, he's just starting out, and we see how this all affects. It's kind of like if you've read the original Blackjack series where it was out of order and they had to give this is how the story goes. But this story is a compelling and beautiful series, which is endearing in its elements. It is a little slow-paced, which is kind of a problem.
Well, it's not meant to be fast. It's meant to be
contemplative.
Yeah, but I feel like by it being contemplative, by it being a little bit slower, it makes you feel it more.
Yes.
It draws you into the world.
And the art makes the world pop. It's this watercolor style that it draws you in with all of the little elements. And each Mushishi is drawn differently. They're not just it's a circle with a smiley face. They're like, some are plants, some are animals, some are beings without faces, some are...
But it helps with the fancifulness of the whole story.
Yeah, like the one with the river that's moving from place to place and sucking the girl with her because she's stuck with this Mushi. It's literally the Mushi's just like a river that appears and disappears.
Yep.
Or the one with the rainbow that's reverse. And if you touch the rainbow, you keep looking for it. Or the person who has calligraphy all over their body. It's a very diverse story that is, well...
It feels like an origin story.
It really does. And the fact we get 3 volumes in this omnibus is really cool because you get a lot of the more fun elements out of the way. And we don't get Ginko's origin or the fact that he has a fake eye.
Nope.
We have to learn that later on. That's slight spoilers. Manga came out.
It's been out for a long time. That doesn't count as a spoiler.
And if you're a fan of Critical Role, Travis Willingham, the voice of Fjord and, of course, Grog, is the voice of Ginko. If you watch the anime is beautiful. It is very slow, though. And these are not always happy endings. Sometimes they're pretty rough.
Yeah, but
like
they feel realistic.
Yeah, like the one where the guy, he's seeing visions of the future. But it's really his dreams come true, and then his wife dies because of it. And it's like...
But, like, look at that. There's, like, a snake on top of the mountain.
And also, Ginko can see them. Not everyone can see Mushi. We kind of forget about it.
I know, that's kind of cool.
And it's a fable. It's a fairy tale that is something which I would love to have seen in live action. There is a live action version. Do not watch it. It's really weird. But, for that reason, I'm going to have to... Comparing it to when I reviewed this all the way back in episode 120, this series still holds up, and this is a loving recreation or update for the series, because originally it was just a couple of soft light novels. This looks really nice, and this is something that you'd want to hold on your wall. It is a little bulky, though. It's not as big as some of the bigger omnibus, but it's pretty big, and I do like that it is hardcover.
Yeah.
Nice sound to it. But yeah, so for that reason, I'm going to have to give this a... Really, really, really cool. Read it now. It is a philosophical story that it has this great core concept to it, and it's very episodic. You can read a couple chapters, put it down, pick it up. You haven't lost anything, and since it is out of order, you can pick up random volumes and see what's going on. Ginko is a compelling protagonist. He's not the main character because there's so many other characters that we see, but
he is a constant.
And as I've said, the artwork is amazing. I've said this at so many conventions that I would love to have these as a print to put on as artwork in my home. They are beautiful.
The one will make you think about things when you're using a Q-tip and cleaning out your ear.
Yeah.
But
there's
in a fun way.
There's one which is him just sitting there with a tea room, and you're like, I want to have that, just have some tea with it. Relax. Now, the two cons of this are that it is deliberately slow, which isn't bad, but if you're someone who wants action-packed fast, like, for example, last week I talked about Tank Chair, this is not that. This is one where it is very deliberately slow-paced, so it's kind of relaxing, but it can get frustrating. And the narrative being out of order is a little, well...
It will mess with your OCD.
Yeah, because you're like, wait. He's taller here. He had this item. He didn't have this item here. He didn't... Yeah. Anyway, major tropes for this. We've got the traveling monk healer who's solving the problems. Think Kung Fu from the old TV show or any other character who's on their way out. And we have a mischievous kitty. Next, we have the ambiguous spirit creatures because they're not good, they're not bad, they're just whatever. And last but not least, we have that it is an alternate history. And this alternate history is one which is, it's the past, but it's not the distant past, or it might be. We're not sure. But it is a very good series. Now, if you agree or disagree with me, you can email us at spiraken@gmail.com or zan@spiraken.com. Let me know your thoughts if you like this, you didn't like this. And with that in mind, let's get to the manga releases for the week, shall we?
Yeah.
So what do we got? Starting off, we've got Isla Sometimes Hides Her Feelings in Russian, Volume 8.
A Man Who Defies the World of BL, Volume 2.
The Ashikasha Hunter's Tainted Bride, Volume 5. This is the light novel. Oh, this is the manga, actually.
Black or White, Volume 2.
Blue Period, Volume 16. This is the soul-crushing life of being a graphic designer.
A Brilliant Healer's New Life in the Shadows, Volume 3.
And this is the manga, not the light novel. Then we have Campfire Cooking in Another World of My Absurd Skills, Volume 2. We're going to get more Su-chan. Yay!
I do love Su-chan. Chronicles of an Aristocat Reborn in Another World,
Volume 13. Daily Reports About My Witch Senpai, Volume 5.
Days with My Stepsister, Volume 6.
Didn't I say to make my abilities average in the next life? Volume 20 of the light novel. This series has been going on for a while.
Why would you want to make average abilities?
Well, she was like 2 OP in the original series, I think. That was the whole premise.
Exquisite Blood.
The Heretic Onmyoji, Volume 2. Failure Frame. I became the strongest and annihilated everyone with low-level skills. Manga number 11. This series gets more depressing as you read this series.
Gushing Over Magical Girls, Volume 5.
High School DxD Light Novel 17.
I'm in Love with Older Girl Next Door, Volume 3.
I'm the Grim Reaper, Volume 4.
Somebody brings all the gals to his house.
Yes, Imazumi brings all the girls' house, Volume 4. This series just, yeah. This is one of those, it's a harem series, but it feels really cringy. Isekai Tensei Recruited to Another World Omnibus 2.
It's Just a Dream, right? Volume 1.
This one, I don't know if it's BL or if it's just a romance. I'm not sure. I'm intrigued by it, but there's so many other things this week that are kind of interesting. We had Itaewon Class, Volume 7.
Kingdom, Volume 1.
This is another hardcover omnibus. This one looks really pretty. Then we have, well, this one is unfortunately not being released this week, I found out, so this one does not need to be added. Then we have Last Samurai Standing, Volume 3.
Making Magic, Volume 2.
Yes, The Sweet Life of a Witch Who Knows an Infinite MP Loophole. Then we have Mao, Volume 22.
Hedalist.
Medalist.
Oh, Medalist.
Medalist, Volume 11. We're going to get more ice skating and worms.
Yes.
Well, actually, at this point, she's now ranked. She's ranked as a silver medalist. See what happens. Then we have the Mimosa Confession, the Black Book of Love.
The Misdeeds of Extremely Arrogant Villain, Aristocrat, Volume 1.
This is the light novel. Then we have Mocha the Cat and His Forever Family, Volume 1.
My Cute Cousin Always Gets Her Way, Volume 1.
My Goddess is Precious to Me Today, too, Volume 1.
My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom.
This is the side pull number 3, which is kind of weird. Then we have Nakamura-san, The Uninvited Guru, Volume 4.
No God in Eden, Volume 2.
Then Not So Wicked Stepmother, Volume 7.
I
It's
want
it's-
to yell it.
Yeah.
It's One Piece.
Yeah,
One Piece.
Volume 110. Yeah, can we 110? They're in like 1015. Then we've got Our Family Now and Forever, Volume 1. Aw. Then we have Overgeared, Volume 8.
Pet Shop of Horrors.
This is the collection number 4. Going to see more of D, the androgynous main character, sell another pet to a person that's going to probably kill them. Radiant, Volume 19. Rai, Volume 2.
Reliving My Life. Boyfriend Who Doesn't Remember Me.
Volume 5. This light novel is really poignant and sad because it's like he has amnesia and they're trying to get together. Then we have Reincarnated as a Dragon Hatchling, light novel number 12.
Sakamoto Days, Volume 19.
Sakura Saku, Volume 9.
Seduced by the Demon King, Volume 3.
This one is raunchy. Then we have Senpai is an Otonoko, my cross-dressing classmate, Volume 3.
Spider-Man, Octogirl, Volume 3.
Yes, an isekai with Dr. Octopus as a little girl. These are getting really weird at this point. Then we have The Star Seekers, the manga about Hiabe from TXT. Yes, they made an actual novel about a K-pop band.
Why not?
This one looks really pretty. Everyone's been buying it, which is kind of absurd, but really good. Anyway, Path of the Lightsaber, a Star Wars story, Volume 1.
The Strongest Sage with the Weakest Crest, Volume 27.
Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale Online Invitation from Vivi, Volume 14.
Sword of the Demon Hunter, Book 11.
The series is... The anime was not bad for it. I think we probably watched it on High Dive, where it was his sisters ended up being the bad guy, but this is getting weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, Twice Married to a Salted Fish, Book 1.
Too Many Losing Heroines, Volume 4.
The Too Perfect Saint, Tossed Aside by My Fiancé and Sold to Another Kingdom, Volume 4.
Sounds familiar.
Now,
The Too Perfect Saint, Tossed Aside by My Fiancé, Sold to Another Kingdom, Volume 4.
Yes, the manga and light novel came out today. Then we've got Sumiko Ogami's Not So Ordinary Life, Volume 3. Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out, Volume 13.
Virgin Adventures, Volume 1.
The Hilarious Hijinks of Erotic Amateur. So apparently this is a age series where it's when you're first not a person, when you haven't got experience yet, all the stupid mistakes that are made apparently.
Huh.
Odd. Anyway, The Wicked Princess and Her 12 Eyes, a legendary villainess and her elite assassins.
Ooh.
Looks good. Then we have
Wolf's Daughter, A Werewolf's Tale, Volume 2.
And last but not least, we've got Yakuza Reincarnation, Volume 14. That's a lot of stuff this week. There's some really good ones, and there's some really rough ones, and some which are just kind of odd.
There's a lot of raunch in this.
Yeah, it's a really etchy season. But, I mean, for me personally, well, let us know which one you like. Email us at Spiraken.com or Spiraken@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts on what you're most excited about or what you're not excited about. For me personally, the ones that are my top are going to be Kingdom Volume 1. This is a series which is a retelling of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms. You've got Mocha the Cat and His Forever Family. It's about a cat who's getting his forever family, maybe. We're not sure.
And it's named Mocha.
Mm-hmm. Then we got My Cute Cousin Always Gets Her Way. This seems like it's just going to be one of those series where the main character gets annoyed by their cousin.
Yep, absolutely.
Our Family Now and Forever looks like cute. And then Path of the Lightsaber, it's a Star Wars story. It's going to be fun. So those are the releases for the week. Let us know your thoughts. And honestly, it's been really cool checking out all these ones. And thank you for helping me today. Always a pleasure. Sorry that Gretta's not as much. I know all of you have been asking for her to come back.
Sorry. Work. Life.
And also the evil kitty who's been watching us, it takes a lot of time. She does. But we've been doing a lot of stuff, and we're going to keep going on. We're already at 6:04. Can you believe it? And I've actually added another old release on the Wheel of Manga. That's going to be kind of fun. But anyway, thank you for checking out this show and podcast. Every email I get, every new subscriber, it gives us more motivation to keep doing this podcast. I love doing this, and I know you have fun just talking about other things as well. But yeah, we have some really cool, fun things coming up soon. Anything you want to promote or add for everybody for series we should be talking about or watching?
I don't know. I've been kind of down the rabbit hole in
Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah. Jessica Fletcher.
Yeah. We should do like a Coffee with Zan and Gretta about Murder, She Wrote. Or
I don't know why I've never seen it before. I've seen like an episode here or there, or it's on in the background, or overflowed with the show that I was watching before it came on or whatever. But there's a ton of famous people in Murder, She Wrote.
I mean, also everyone's been asking us to continue the book club because we were on hiatus because life happened.
Yes.
And we really need to talk about a couple things, including...
we should do Dungeon Crawler Carl.
We should. We
should do Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Well, we should do Carl, and we should do that mystery advent calendar.
Ooh.
But that's next month, and I can't do that one because of reasons. But there's so many other mangas and books and things you've read over the year. I mean, you hit 50 books. I've done, without manga, probably 45. Maybe.
He doesn't keep track. He reads too much. He's done more than 45.
That's not true. I've been stuck on the same one. I went back to reading a Stephen King book. Because he has a new book coming out, and his son has a book coming out.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes. But anyway, with that in mind, let's actually get to the part that you all enjoy checking out. Remember to like, share, subscribe. But more importantly, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. And what are we talking about? We're talking about that one. That only... We love manga! Except no substitutes. Now, what is the Wheel of Manga? The Wheel of Manga is a Wheel of Fortune with 10 slots on it. What I've done is I've assigned a title to each of the 10 slots. What we're going to do is spin the wheel. Whatever number it lands on, that's the manga review in the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review. And just to let you know, you are not crazy. This is a new redesign for the podcast. I thought I would shake things up a bit and change the style. Tell me what you think. If you like just seeing the wheel instead of just seeing my mug in the corner. But let's spin and see what we're going to review the next episode, shall we? Number 6. So in the next episode, we're going to be reviewing Kamui Kaiju. What is this about? I have no idea, but this looks completely crazy and batshit. So hopefully the next episode is going to be pretty awesome. How's it going to be? What's going to happen? Well, we're going to find out. Anyway, as usual, I am your host, Zan. I'm Gonzville. Catch you guys next time. And as always, keep reading manga. See you later.